Hey everybody, Dan here with Pain Free You. Outside today. It's crisp, it's cool, but not too awful. Sun was out, so it's not too bad. So, today I wanted to talk about 7 steps to a faster recovery. All right? So, this is pretty much walking you through it, folks. 7 steps to a faster recovery. I'm going to get a couple of breaths of this fresh air before I start yapping at you. And I'm going to keep the glasses on because I listed the 7 steps. I don't want to forget about it and, seem like a dummy in the middle of this video. So, all right. 7 steps. Step number 1, learn. Learn what the cause of pain is. You got to understand what causes pain. If you're still thinking that your body's the problem, or symptoms, let's say, or symptoms. If you're still thinking you've got some mystery disease or some medical label that the doctors have given you, or some anatomical abnormality that's causing your symptoms, it's going to be hard to get better. So we want to really learn and understand it. Perceived danger is what creates symptoms. A wide variety of symptoms, not just pain. Perceived danger is what causes symptoms. So, if you want to learn more, dansfaststart.com. Very first video, introducing perceived danger, pain, and or symptoms. So, you gotta learn. Step 1 is learn. Without that foundational knowledge, it's going to be really hard to have the rest of this stuff take hold. Next is assess. Step 2, assess. Assess your situation, your symptoms, how they started, how they behave, and the assessments will tell you whether or not perceived danger is the cause of your symptoms, right? AKA TMS, right? Also TMS. So assess. The assessments are at isthispdp.com. Isthispdp.com. So you learn, you do the assessments. Step 3, accept the verdict from the assessments. Because if the assessments say it's TMS, it means your symptoms are behaving like your brain is creating them. And inevitably, what that means is that your symptoms couldn't behave the way they are if, in fact, it was a structural or disease-based process. Right? So, step 1, learn. Step 2, assess. Step 3, accept. And now step 4 is going to be decide. Decide that this approach, this mind-body approach of teaching your brain that you're actually safe and that the perceived dangers are misperceptions, they're false dangers, not actual dangers. Decide that this is going to be your approach. Decide that you are capable of implementing these concepts. So many people have gone before you and have done exceedingly well. So decide that you can do it too, that you're capable. Decide that you're committed to this. You're not going to waffle back and forth and go between, the medical organizations and the medical treatments and the medical labels and this approach, because as long as you're waffling back and forth, your brain doesn't know what to believe, and a confused brain stays where it is. So, once you've made that decision, commit yourself to this approach. Say, I'm not gonna do any other approach. That doesn't mean just Dan. It just means the mind-body approach. If you like my approach and the way I teach this stuff, wonderful. All of it is shared in the daily free videos and in the dansfaststart.com. But if you'd like some help, I do have the group coaching, painfreeyougroup.com. So step 5 was commit to this approach. Step 6, folks, here's where the rubber meets the road. Implement, implement, implement. You got to do this stuff. Learning about it is not curative. Doing the assessments is not curative. Even accepting that that's what's going on with you is not curative. Deciding, committing, those things are not curative. The implementation is where you get better. So what does implementation look like? Well, foundationally, perceived danger is creating the symptoms. So implementation is undertaking the task of teaching your brain that these perceived dangers are false and that you're actually okay. Like, holy crap, I'm actually not broken. Implement consistent messages of safety. And one of the videos in the Fast Start playlist is consistent messages of safety. Actually, there's a whole bunch of ideas there as to how to get well. And then step 7, repeat. If you're getting tripped up on any one of these things, repeat the process. Learn, assess, accept, decide, commit, implement, and repeat. It's an iterative process. You're not going to get it all perfect the first run through. You may have to learn something again. And we learn by doing. That's the point. This takes practice. I did a video a few days back called Trial and Error. This is where we take baby steps. We get wobbly, we fall, we get up, we adjust, we try again, and keep going and trying again, keep going, trying again. Right? So the 7 steps to a faster recovery. I'm not going to say fast, but a faster recovery. And if you follow these steps, you're going to get better quicker than if you just kind of haphazard try to figure it out on your own. I had to figure this stuff out on my own, and it took me a long time. I had chronic back pain and sciatica for 13 years. Now, people will say, Dan, if it took you 13 years, how long is it going to take me to get better? Look, I screwed up for 12.8 years. I made every mistake possible for 12.8 years. The last 0.2 years, last few months, I kind of accidentally dialed in some of the concepts of teaching my brain I was safe, not giving the symptoms power, decided to engage in life even though I still had symptoms. All the things I teach on a daily basis, I somehow magically got it right at the end. So I'm giving you the cheat sheets here, folks. 7 steps. 1, learn. 2, assess. 3, accept. 4, decide. 5, commit. 6, implement, implement, implement. 7, repeat. Keep going until you get there. Keep going until your brain buys the message that you're okay. And consistency is key. Because if you're freaking out one day and then you're saying, okay, brain, I'm good today, brain's going to go, what was that about yesterday? Seriously, you were in a panic. Now you're telling me you're safe? I don't believe you. So we have to be consistently calm, consistently confident about the clarity, the certainty that perceived danger is the only thing going on. So I hope this makes sense. Those are the 7 steps. Implement, 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 repeat. If you need to, go back and learn more. Do the assessments again. If you can't get off the fence, sometimes it makes sense to do the assessments again. And I know people have done them 3, 4, 5, 6 times. And they're always scoring high enough that it says it's TMS or perceived danger. But yet, their doubt remains. That's where the whole decision and committing comes into play. So don't skip those steps. It's really important. So, my hands are getting cold. So I'm going to wrap this one up. I appreciate all of you. And it's almost the weekend. We'll see you folks tomorrow. Love you.